What's up guys, 'tis the season to buy overpriced flowers and crappy chocolate on the way home from work. I'm just kidding. Look, if you hate Valentine's Day, I'm the biggest proponent of just coming out and telling your partner that that's not what you're into. But if you're gonna do it right. Am I right? I mean, life is too short to half-ass a holiday that could potentially lead to sex. That's why I've come up with a list of activities and gifts that could potentially spice up your holiday if you still don't know what you're gonna do on February 14th. These ideas are of course appropriate for really any holiday where you might want to do something special with your significant other or somebody you're interested in. But since the holiday is upon us, I wanted to get it out there so that there is enough time for you guys to prepare. The first idea is to give an experience instead of a gift. I mean, we already have birthdays and Christmas and other holidays where we have to give a gift. So Valentine's Day doesn't have to be yet another one of those things. Why not take a spontaneous trip? If you can't get off of work or you can't go far, you could always just book a nice hotel for one night and just stay in and chill, which would probably cost you not that much more than an expensive dinner. Or if you have the means to actually fly somewhere for Valentine's Day or to take a little vacation, there is a guide that is online called Places of Intimacy that has a list of hotels that are the sexiest places on earth to have sex. So you could check out one of those places with your partner. But being that spontaneous travel isn't always possible to plan at the last minute, it might be sexy to just spend Valentine's Day planning a trip like that for 2018 together. Join the Mile High Club. Along the lines of experiences, why not do something super erotic with your date and join the Mile High Club together? You could book the shortest, cheapest flight to any destination that doesn't even matter. Spend the time over there getting nice and buzzed on the flight, drinking a little wine, you know what I'm saying? And then on the way back, solidify your entry into the club. There are of course more comfortable options for joining the Mile High Club, which don't include having to go into the cramped bathroom or having sex like in a place on the plane where someone can actually discover you. That would be with a couple of private airlines that offer Mile High Club packages where they outfit the whole plane to make it comfortable and private, and you can just take it up for 45 minutes and do your thing and come back down. I talked about those airlines in a previous video, which I will link up above, but just FYI, these can be very expensive options because just that short flight starts at something like $900 for 45 minutes. In the end, it'll probably be cheaper and more exciting to just do it the old-fashioned way. Give the gift of shower sex. Here's where an experience and a gift can come as a package deal. As a disclaimer, any products I mentioned in this video that I can find on Amazon, I'm going to link below as a link to my Amazon influencer shop, which is like an affiliate link. So if you buy through the store, it means that it would be the same price for you, but you would be contributing a little bit to supporting my site and my channel. As for shower sex, it can be a little tricky. It's cramped, it's super slippery. If you could even fit in there, you have a chance of like falling down and cracking your head open. But luckily, there are some ways that you can modify your shower a little bit to give you peace of mind so you can just have fun when you're doing your thing. The first thing you may want to consider if you're gonna venture into shower sex for Valentine's Day is to add a hand grip to the shower. If you're super ambitious and you want to make shower sex part of your daily or weekly routine, you might want to actually just modify your shower and add a handlebar to it for safety. But if not, they actually also sell these plastic bars that'll stick to your tiles. They're designed for little kids and for seniors who are, need a little bit more balance in the shower. And while you're at it, they also make footrests that work the same way. Set the mood by sex-proofing your bedroom. Depending on how you do it, sex can get pretty messy. And nobody wants to worry about destroying their sheets while they're trying to reach climax. So one thing you might want to consider investing in as a gift is a rubber sheet set designed to be comfortable for sex. These types of sheets are waterproof and they're created to withstand any type of liquid from lubricant to bodily fluids. And if you don't want to commit yourself to an entire sheet set and make your bedroom look like a den of sin or something like that, they also have sex blankets that you can just put over your regular sheets. Go luxury with the lube. So some of you may remember that a while back I did an interview with a woman who is the founder of a company that makes a warming lube dispenser called Pulse. The Pulse dispenser basically looks pretty enough to sit at your bedside on a regular basis without having to hide it away. And it detects motion when you reach out your hand for lube and dispenses exactly the right amount of lube at exactly the right temperature. I don't have one myself, but I have seen a demonstration of it, and I think that it's probably good for anyone who doesn't like to deal with the icky, cold, dirty lube bottles. Love yourself for Valentine's Day. Don't have a date? That doesn't have to mean that orgasm isn't in the cards for you. For women, you may have heard of this necklace that I wear sometimes called the Crave Vesper, which is basically a beautifully designed, high quality vibrator that you can wear out in the open. I'm actually selecting one of my patrons on Patreon to give one away to this month, and it's gonna be engraved with my hashtag equal pleasure rights. If you wanna be eligible for this giveaway, you would just have to be a patron who pledges at least $1 a month on my Patreon, which I'm gonna link down below too. For those of you who do plan to self-pleasure on Valentine's Day though, if you don't already have your preferred source for pornography pornography or erotic literature, I would highly recommend lustcinema.com. On that site, you'll find a lot of erotic films that are very high quality and inclusive and feature some more realistic acting, I guess, than you would find on something like Pornhub or a lot of the other mainstream websites. And based on my conversations with both men and women, I think men would enjoy this as well. As for the men, guys, I did not forget you. There are now a growing number of toys for men, and they're not just really super expensive sex robots. There's a Japanese disposable sex toy company called Tenga that is making a growing range of products like vacuum cups and other stuff that'll take your masturbation up a notch. I've heard some feedback from guys that most men have pretty much perfected the way that they like to touch themselves, but you never know. And I personally obviously have not been able to test it since I don't have a penis, but I am working on trying to find someone to test them out for you so I can let you know whether they're recommended or not. If anyone out there does try one of these things though, definitely send me an email, let me know, and maybe you can help somebody else out. Focused on another type of love for Valentine's Day. For those of you who don't know, I co-host a podcast called Insatiable with Big Smiley, who is a former fashion and lifestyle editor for XXL magazine. For the podcast, which you can find on iTunes and Google Play and any of the other podcast directories, we accept call-ins from listeners through an application called Anchor. Well, this week I actually asked our listeners on Anchor what they're doing for Valentine's Day, and the sweetest answer I got was from someone who reminded us that Valentine's Day doesn't have to be about romantic love or about sex at all. He says that rather than spending Valentine's Day with his wife, he's going to start a tradition of spending every Valentine's Day every year with his daughter. I love that because I thought that was just a nice little reminder that there are lots of ways that love can fulfill our lives that don't involve the obvious. So what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? Do you have any good ideas for the rest of us? Do you hate Valentine's Day? Leave a comment below, and thank you guys as always for watching and supporting. If you're new here, you can check out my most popular videos here to see if you like the rest of my content, and if you do, I hope you'll consider subscribing. You can subscribe, of course, by clicking the link down below and clicking that little bell next to it so you get notified every time I do come out with a new video. Plus, if you want to leave feedback, aside from the comments, you can look me up at all the social media links, which I'll post below as well. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And of course, if you do want to go the extra mile and support the website and support independent journalism, you can go on patreon.com and find me there. There you'll find, as I said, some giveaways exclusively for members and also some behind the scenes content that I don't always just post directly on YouTube or on the website. I really appreciate all your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.